guys, welcome back to the Colcom podcast. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Rose.
Okay, today we're going to conquer one of the subjects and topics that's often talked about at Colcom. What's our subject today?
Jobs and occupations.
Ooh, good. Okay, well.
Everybody can relate to that.
Yeah, it gives me a lot. And also, probably everyone gets stress from this too.
Absolutely.
Right. So our first question is, if you had to give up one of these things, what would it be? So, gave up money, a good boss or coworkers, or work-life balance. Which one of those would you give up?
Ooh, tough. Probably the money, if I had to give up.
Before we go into this, what's your job?
Oh, yeah. I am a tutor for English teacher. I teach adults. Mm-hmm. I guess technically then I am my own boss.
Yep.
So can I give up a good boss and coworkers? Mm-hmm. So technically, yes, I have. Mm-hmm. I work by myself. So
So that would be, for you, like coworkers would be your students, right? So
in a way, that's where I get the socialization is with my students. Mm-hmm. But I don't have anybody that I talk to about with my work per se. And I haven't had anybody to just have that conversation with in the workplace.
Right.
How about you?
Oh, so if I had to give up, so my job is a freelance entertainer. So I'm an actor and a comedian and yada, yada things under that umbrella. Work-life.
It's a tough one.
If I had to give up one, I mean, I don't have lots of money. I'm not getting it. I've had shitty bosses and I've worked with them in work-life balance. I've had good times and bad times. I guess if I had to give up one of them, I would give up, a good boss, good coworker. Because in my line of field, it's like I have other bosses. Like I get cast, and some are very good and some are very bad. But still, I'm willing to work with the bad people, so I don't really care about and even like bad coworkers too. I'm willing to work with them. Oh, and then once it's wrapped, then I'll just talk shit about them behind their back. But I'll deal with a bad boss and bad coworkers over money and work-life balance. I
can totally see that too.
Those two things are important to me.
Yeah, because when you go to work, you kind of put on a different mindset. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of, if there's bad coworkers, bad bosses, you can block that out.
Right.
And then release that afterwards.
Yeah, well, money and work balance, that's also your free time. So and how you spend it. So the amount of money you have and the amount of time you have.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I was first going to say money, but now reflecting, I can agree with you.
Yeah. Can you do number 2?
What do you think about office romance? Are you for or against it?
Okay, so I've had an office romance.
I have not, but I have heard stories from my students or friends that have gotten into relationships at work.
Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person that when they break up with someone still keeps in touch with them. So I don't have many bad breakups. Mm-hmm. So when I was in high school and I was working at a movie store, Blockbuster, I dated one of my coworkers. We broke up and everything was fine. And then I even dated my boss's little sister and still that was fine too.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. What do I think about them? I had it at a young age, so I wasn't really mature. It's even early 20s. Mm-hmm. But as you mature, I think it's a bad thing because it could affect the work that's done between those two people. Mm-hmm. So I guess I would be against it.
I think it's okay because I think you find someone with similar passions.
Yeah.
So that can kind of spark some sort of interest, and I think. While you should be careful of hierarchy, I think getting into power positions, that is when it can be kind of a disaster.
Yeah. If I was the boss and if two of my coworkers were in a romance together, I wouldn't be comfortable with it because I would want both people to be given 100% instead of having one person picking up the other person's slack. So I'd rather, instead of having one person go 130% and the other person giving them 70%, I want both individuals to be given 100%.
That's a very good point. I think in my mind, I was thinking they're in the same company, but different departments. So then maybe they could focus on their work.
Yeah.
But if they are in the same department, then it could be...
Yeah. I have been in places where, that's basically office romance is allowed, but you have to be working in separate departments.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best case scenario.
Whatever, finance and like stock or whatever, yada, yada.
Yep.
Great. Number 3.
Can you... Oh,
okay. My turn.
All right.
Can you describe your current job and what do you like about it?
Oh, yeah. So just being a tutor is great. I love flexibility.
Okay.
I make my own schedule. I can plan when I meet my students, and also that's good for them as well. So I can meet them before work, lunchtime, after work. So, and I can get up and move around. Okay. I love meeting my students offline.
Okay. Yeah.
So, not stuck in an office.
Yep. So, like I said, my current job is an entertainer, so actor, model, comedian. So what do? I basically do commercials, music videos, dramas, movies. What I like about that is like every day is a different experience. And I'm comfortable like being in front of the camera, guys. Hello. and expressing myself. And
natural.
And just because every day I could do something different, I love that. I dread being behind a desk every day, working 9 to 5.
Exactly.
Doing the repetitive work. That's a nightmare to me.
Exactly. I think that's one of the main reasons I also switched from working at a Hagwon to doing tutoring was that same thing. Yeah. Every day feels different.
Yeah, every day feels different. And that's a beautiful thing. So give it a try.
Yep.
You can read number 4.
Thank you. I'll do the even ones here. What is your opinion on work-life balance?
It's important.
Yes, essential.
Yeah. Just, like mentally, people do need a break and they need to separate themselves from their work. How about you?
My opinion on work-life balance, essential. And I think, what other opinions could I say like that? I don't know. It's a very open question.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think in Western culture, even there's a greater work-life balance because before I came to Korea, I worked in a bank and I didn't like it. But basically, you were at your desk from 10 to 6. And then when the clock was finished, everyone would be like, I finished my work, okay, and they would go home. They would go home to their separate lives, which is in contrast to Korea. Your work, it becomes your life balance too. So in this scenario, like in Korea, if everyone finishes at 10, okay, at 6 p.m., sorry. And they're like, okay, well, it's time for 회식. So you have now after work, you have to have dinner with your coworkers. And then even on the weekend too, you have to do activities with your coworker, go to a wedding or, an event that might be happening. So I don't think there's a large work-life balance in Korea.
Yeah.
When you're hired at an office place, that basically becomes your new life. Those are your new friends.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great reflection on that. I think I just been tutoring for so long and I've kind of been in my own little bubble.
Right.
So I've been very lucky that I've had that work-life balance. But then, when you start talking to people who don't have that, it's kind of, you wish that other people had hobbies or like free time to do that hobbies.
Another interesting thing too is in Korea, like most of the foreigners you meet are English instructors like yourself. So if you do go somewhere like to a bar, that's where I met her. At beer o'clock. A lot of the people there are also English teachers and they have similar jobs. And so you could actually have a conversation with people outside your workplace, but about actually your day-to-day life and what it's like doing that. Yeah,
absolutely. Socialization is very important for work or your life balance, at least.
So get a job that also other people have so you guys can have a conversation easier because you have common things in common. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's okay.
I'm dumb. Number 5. In your job, what annoys you the most?
Trying to think here. Maybe prep work.
Okay.
I actually do like making my materials for my students, but I think just having to have the extra time to set aside doing the prep work, I think is, I want to just jump into the classroom, get to see the people, get to talk right away, but then kind of having to sit down and reflect before, I think can be hard.
In the class, people just assume like because you're in the class that's the only work you do, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Really, there's a lot of prep work. There's transportation involved.
Absolutely. How about you?
What annoys me the most about my job, the uncertainty for me, because I work freelance. I don't have a set schedule, so the last 2 months, like I haven't had jobs, or there's been auditions that I didn't get, and just having no one really wants to hire me. Am I not good enough for people? That stresses me out, and that really annoys me.
How do you combat that feeling then?
Right now I'm being more creative. I'm creating my own content. So recently I just actually released my YouTube channel where I've been doing my own podcasts, Rise Camera Action, as well as like some of my comedy stuff, some sketches I filmed that I haven't really released to public. So now instead of waiting for people to, choose me, I'm actually doing passion projects to actually express myself. So maybe hope, and then people are actually getting more interested in that, as well as like comedy. So comedy is like therapy too. It's just I can let my feelings out. And the other thing, alcohol.
Yes, that's a good, be creative if you got the time.
Yeah. So the annoys me is that people don't pick me when I want to be picked. Yeah. We're at the even, so number 6.
Name 3 occupations that you would love to do and 3 you could never do.
Okay.
I usually try to be more positive and think like, oh yeah, I could do that. Even for kind of more strenuous jobs or even something like washing the dishes or cleaning up around somewhere. But something that I would absolutely love to do would be more in the creative field.
Yeah.
So doing something, I'm into photography these days. So maybe photography or some sort of film. I love singing, maybe doing something with that. And art. I'm also love drawing. So yeah, just that trifecta.
Okay. Creative. I would like to do more creative stuff. So I would like to do writing. I could do it. I'm not doing it. Like write a movie, write a book.
Oh, right.
Another thing, but my writing's horrible. Another thing is I would like to be a chef, cook. I love cooking, so that's creative.
Straight to my heart.
Yeah. Jobs I wouldn't like to do. Like I said, like an office worker. Like work in a factory that doesn't really do anything. I went by like a Otegi factory. I'm like, those people must be the most depressed people in the world, just making like bottles of ketchup and honey mustard packets.
Oh, the repetition.
Yeah, the repetition. Or, someone, there's like a store and all they do is just sell socks. So like that, there's no, I wouldn't have any pride if that was my store. I wouldn't have any pride in that job.
Oh, yeah. It's not as creative.
Yeah. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I own a sock store.
Yeah.
So those are jobs I would never do.
Yeah, I think going back to what we were saying about being able to have a different day.
Yeah.
And different day. Yeah. Being in one place, I think would be hard.
You didn't say what jobs you would never do.
Never. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I guess I'm just so...
Give us one.
Okay.
We're stuck for time.
Okay. Sewer cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just dirty, right?
Dirty.
Okay. Number 7. What was your first job ever?
I worked at Subway, the sandwich shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a sandwich artist.
Yes, technically I'm a sandwich artist. So when I go into Subway, I'm always judging them. Are you doing it right? You giving me enough lettuce?
Yeah. That's not how you cut the bread.
Yeah.
My first job was actually selling chocolates door to door.
Oh, fun.
No, it wasn't fun.
No?
Yeah, it was just actually like adults exploiting kids to sell chocolate.
Oh, kind of like the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, so like we were selling a box of chocolates for $4. Well, $3.99. The box of chocolate cost $1. So then the kids got like $1 off the first 20 boxes they sold, and then $2 off any box of chocolates over 20 units. But then the adults were basically the first 20, they were getting $2 off that, and then $1 off everything else. So it was just that they were really exploiting it.
And I'm sure kids were tempted to eat the chocolate, so all the money went right back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Number 8, have you ever seriously wanted to quit your job? If you have, what was it and what triggered you?
Oh, goodness. Definitely there's one that I only lasted a day and a half. So it was a print shop back in Washington, D.C. And I went in there having the best intentions, but they didn't have like a lot of work for me to do. Like he trained me and he told me exactly what I should be doing. And then there was a lot of like downtime, but then he expected me to do work, but didn't explain what I should be doing.
Okay.
So it was a huge miscommunication between this owner and me. And so I seriously wanted to quit by the second day, and I did.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I worked at a grocery store, and I started in the deli and cheese section, and then like they ended up like moving me to the dairy section. So when they moved me, basically I had to start at zero again. And so like I just got all the bad shifts, so I just ended up quitting that job.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. How long were you there?
Just over a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's just, I quit because I had to start all over again with all the bad shifts, and it conflicted with my schedule and my things I wanted to do in high school, which, the weekend's my free time. So I wanted my weekends back. Yeah. Number 9, can you read that one?
Do you have a part-time job? If so, what do you do?
Okay. So everything I do is I have a series of part-time jobs.
For me, this is a part-time job, and I'm actually really liking it. I think it enables me to sort of try different things. So, yeah, absolutely. Trying to think what else.
Yeah, right. I have projects. I don't have a job. I'm just working on project to project.
So if you were to do a part-time job that was creative, what would you do?
If I was to do a part-time job, going back to, what was it, question number 6, be like a part-time writer on a TV show or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So number 10, what is your ultimate dream in life? And are you doing anything specific to achieve that dream?
Oh my gosh. As I said before, into art, music, and kind of, photography these days. Something that I could do with that, either singing or art. Yeah.
Are you doing the things to achieve this dream?
I'm attending some Hagwons, actually.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm taking singing classes and not yet photography classes, but slowly getting to at least express myself.
Right. With photography, with many arts, you have to find yourself, what makes you unique. It takes a lot as an entertainer just to find your niche, your uniqueness.
Yeah.
My ultimate dream would be to be a comedian in America. Am I doing things to achieve this? Yes. So every week, I'm doing stand-up comedy. I'm now doing my YouTube channel to be a better speaker. It allows me also to throw my content out there so people recognize me. So I'm taking steps. I'm not staying still.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I guess that concludes the topic of jobs and occupations.
Sounds great.
If you have further questions about Colcom, you could reach them on their website at colcom.co.kr. I've been Jeff.
And this is Rose.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.